Hello. Today I am going to give an instructional video about traditional literature, the different types. I'm going to be talking about 3 different types in particular: folk tales, fables, and legends. For folk tales, the first story that I have, I'm going to demonstrate why it is a folk tale, is Jack Outwits the Giants. This is a folk tale because, first, it has giants in it. That's one thing that I know the book stated, that folk tales normally have giants, ogres, or witches. And in particular, this has giants. Now, this story was taking place at any place, and also around any time. In the beginning of the book, it actually states that, it actually states one time. That is the beginning of the book. I don't know if you can quite see that, but it says one time. Jack. That's how it starts. And like most folk tales start like once upon a time, or there was a time when. This one just says one time. Now, this one in particular is a folk tale because it demonstrates a punishment of doing evil. Now, in the story, Jack gets caught in the rain, and he stops at a house, and it happens to be a house of 2 giants. Well, they allowed him to stay the night, but their plan was to eat him. And so Jack caught on to their plan. And because he caught on to their plan, he decided to create a plan of his own. So he, had them going, he had the giants going through tricks and measures to try to, not get them to eat him. So eventually he tricked them. And then at the end, he ended up chopping them, and then they fell down the well. Now, again, this is a folk tale because he was trying to teach them a lesson from trying to just eat him just because he's small. So that was creating a punishment of evil doing. So next, I want to talk about fables. And the book I chose to talk about fables is The Race of Toad and Deer. Now, we have all probably heard about the story of the tortoise and the hare, where the hare thought that he can beat the tortoise because the tortoise is very slow and the hare is extremely fast. This is someone like that. And in fables, it talks about how fables use animals that talk and act like humans in order to teach a moral lesson. And so this is another book exactly, pretty much like the tortoise and the hare. But instead it was the toad and the deer. Now, the deer was seen as the fastest in the jungle in this book. But the the toad said, I could beat you. I'm fast. And, I like how this book taught the story of how we can work together to win the race. The toad used its toad's friend, like the toad friends, to help him win the race by, he had them say a saying as the race went on. And I can't say it because it's in Spanish. I don't know if I'm going to say it right, but every time he had one of his toad friends say the saying, the deer ran faster and was getting tired. And so then, towards the end, he got really so tired that the toad ended up winning. And so, again, it showed that just because you're big doesn't mean that you can, win everything. And so this is just the reason why it is a fable is because it did teach a lesson. The deer probably won't, you know, say that he's the biggest and the baddest in the jungle anymore. And so that was that. And last but not least, I'm going to talk about Legends. The book that I want to demonstrate for Legends is John Henry. This is one that I definitely know of from since I was a little girl. And Legends, the difference between Legends compared to folk tales and fables is that Legends are based on pretty much realistic characters. And so this book, John Henry, was based on an African-American male hero who raced against the steam drill to try to cut down through the mountain. And so this was actually based on someone real. And that's the difference with Legends. Legends are like facts, historical facts of human like deeds. Pretty much this was a human deed, you know. And so Legends, compared to fables, fables are fiction, and folk tales are fiction as well. They're just, you know, taught to, you know, learn a lesson, and you don't have to take them serious. But, you know, Legends, this tells the actual story of what has happened in a person's life or an army. It could be an army or anything, but it's realistic. And so these are the differences between those three traditional literatures. Is, you know, folk tales will use more of a, you know, witches and giants. Fables may use more so animals to demonstrate a moral lesson. And then Legends, you have where it's based on a true character. And so I hope that I was able to, you know, tell of the three different types. And thanks for watching.